Now recording.
Welcome to Now Recording. I'm Matt Pitt. That's Mickey Mitch.
Hello.
And today we're here with Bowblax. Bowblax, how's it going, man?
It's going good. I'm glad to be back with the two best members of Now Recording.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mike the Bike and Mitch. Yeah.
Yes, Mike the Bike and Mitch. Good one. So tell me about this Chip guy. Do you know much about him?
No, I know he called me a human parasite. I know he shows poo to kids on Discord. Apparently he's leaving the internet. He changed his entire logo and on Twitter or whatever, and he's like, I'm gonna leave the internet. So
What do you mean by poon? Wait, did you say poon?
What?
Poo O-O-N?
No,
no,
poop.
P-O-O-P.
All right, let's explain the context.
Oh,
here.
poop. Oh, Jesus.
So yeah. So Bowblax did a video on the Veronica Jelly, LSMark, Smokey, and RicePirate drama, right? And you were getting a lot of pushback from that area of the community, the animator guys, the fans. I don't know. Is he an animation channel as well?
He might just be a Newgrounds artist who is just low key and doesn't really make YouTube content. I'm not sure. That's kind of the vibe I get from a lot of these guys. They're just hyper fans of the Newgrounds veterans like RicePirate Mick and stuff like that.
So yeah, so he did a tweet where he said something. He said, let's see, what is it? He said, Bowblax is a human parasite, and that's putting it politely.
Yeah, so he wanted to call me something worse.
Yeah.
The nicest he could find is human parasite.
Yeah, and then someone exposed an older message of his on a Discord. I just sent it to you, Mitch, of him literally holding, not just taking a picture of poop in a toilet, but literally being like, "Look at my poop," and he's holding it in his hand. The degenerate's fucking holding it in his fucking hand.
He's not taking a picture of it in the toilet. He's holding it in his hand. There's no matches on Google, so it wasn't a random guy holding poo. He made this custom, fresh, new image. And he just sent it to some kid on Discord. Because he's not a human parasite, I guess.
Oh yeah, and it was a minor too. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Not that it really makes that much of a difference, but
I mean, it's not
a nice
sexual in
little thing to
nature,
add.
I guess, but Jesus.
Matt, why the fuck did you ask me to do that? You could have got D-Max, so why?
D-Max can be here, so it's you, Mitch.
Oh,
Mitch,
bullshit.
Mitch, this is your ballpark, bro. This is your community.
No, wait, what the fuck? No.
Yeah.
You need to clarify why this is my
Ego
ballpark.
Raptor animate again? You're one of the Newgrounds kids. You love that shit.
God, no, not this. No, God.
Are you
no,
gonna
I
send
didn't want
food
to
to
be like
Matt?
this.
Wouldn't be surprised. Dude, Newgrounds, what experience do you have with other Newgrounds animators, Mitch? I'm curious. Personally.
I wasn't ever in that club when I was part of Newgrounds 20 years ago now. I didn't animate. I didn't know how.
Oh, so you kind of miss the boat on joining that
massively.
crew?
Massively.
Yeah.
I remember making posts 20 years ago saying, why doesn't Newgrounds accept video uploads? Because I only made videos. And they're like, no, that's stupid. That'll never take off. I was like, yeah, well, who's laughing now, bitches?
Yeah.
And what you're saying, Bowblax, is right after this happened, he just totally changed brands and kind of dipped.
I think so, yeah. I don't know really what the timing is. I only found out about this today from Doc on the radio stream.
Yeah.
But when I look up his account, he has a completely different profile picture, and his latest tweet is I'm going to leave the internet.
He also tweeted out 18 minutes ago, 17-year-olds after seeing a picture of poop from Google Images. But
not from Google Images, apparently. Apparently it's unique. Also, it doesn't matter about being scared or what. It's just weird. You're just weird. You're a weirdo, and you're calling me a human parasite.
Yeah.
He's not a criminal or anything. Oh, whoop-de-doo, he showed poo, whatever. It's just gross and weird, and you're a fucking degenerate. You're a human parasite.
Oh, 100%.
Politely.
And if that's his picture, that is the most disgusting thing. I could even think of to
Ugh.
do in that situation. Like, just take a fucking load of shit from your toilet and just be like, in your hands, just be like, look at what I have. Oh man, that's
Ugh. And then I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the response. They're like, "Cool, dude," and then he just goes, "It's my poop."
It's just so stupid.
Yeah. So I watched your video today. I watched it yesterday as well, but I just watched it again because I knew you were coming on. Your video on Veronica Jelly and Smokey and all those people. What's your experience with that community, Bowblax? Because I know you're friends with LSMark.
So LSMark, I've obviously met through him previously being part of the drama community, and also he's part of like the Sonic community and what have you.
Yeah.
The only real connection I have directly to the Newgrounds people is through Veronica because she was from that community.
Yeah.
So I don't really have that much personal experience with like anybody from that community other than like mutual Twitter followers, or
Right.
mutual Twitter follows.
Right. And I bought Mitch, maybe you can like add some insight here. Is there a lot of weird drama that goes in with that Newgrounds community?
Not to this extent. Oh, no.
Well, I mean,
No.
We'll
That's a tough part to beat.
We'll take away the poop aspect, right? But so the situation basically is RicePirate got exposed, right? Because he was like hardcore simping for this girl, dated her and then broke up and she broke his heart, and he's like 41 years old and he's like sending text messages like a fucking 15-year-old kid with his heart broken, So my take in this situation is they seem really emotionally immature. Well, at least RicePirate does. I don't know if you've had any experience with people like that, Mitch, in that community.
No, this is the first drama that I've really heard of with RicePirate being involved in. I thought it was pretty low key back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any gotchas.
Well, like what's RicePirate big for? What is he known for?
Mostly animating. Pretty sure. With like,
Yeah.
I think it was Oni and Aaron.
He's also a part of Sleepy Cabin, which I'm misremembering how big that was. It was a big deal to me when it came out, but I don't know. I feel like Sleepy Cabin was like.
I think there was another one called Ninja or something. Something Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so they're all gone now.
There was this weird love triangle going on between. Well, I guess it's a love square because it's RicePirate, Smokey, Smoke the Show. Do you know her, Mitch?
Smokey?
Yeah, Smokey.
I know of her. I have mutual friends with her.
Yeah. Her, Veronica Jelly, and LSMark. So Smokey was in love with RicePirate. RicePirate was in love with Veronica. And then there was like Veronica was kind of talking to LSMark back and forth, dated him for a while, and then eventually would marry him. So there was like this weird thing where Smokey was living with RicePirate while Veronica was there dating RicePirate. And it was almost like the situation where Smokey was trying to get in the middle of that relationship and try to insert herself. And even at one point, Smokey asked if she could have a night of closure with she asked this to Veronica, a night of closure with RicePirate, to which Veronica thought like a conversation, and then she came to find out that no, she wanted to fuck him one last time. And his response when asked was like, well, just see what Veronica has to say.
Wait, so is Veronica the one? So you're saying she was dating RicePirate, but she's also the one that was the fiance with LSMark, right?
Yeah. So after, she was dating LSMark first, and Bowblax, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Dating LSMark first, they break up. She starts dating RicePirate, and then she kind of realized she still has feelings, or maybe she broke up with RicePirate, and then she realized she still had feelings for LSMark, and then started dating LSMark, and then they would eventually marry.
Well, here's the full timeline. Right. So she's dating Chris O'Neill, right?
Yeah.
O'Neill. And during this time, RicePirate simping hard for Veronica. Simping super hard. The second Veronica breaks up with Chris, he takes her on a nice boat trip, tries to woo her or whatever. but he doesn't say that he's in love with her. I guess he's just trying to, I don't know, like simp without like outright saying it. Then Veronica meets LSMark and starts dating him, and then the second that happens, RicePirate Mick is like, "Oh, I love you, Veronica. You're the best. I bought this whole house for you," because he got $1 million to buy a house from like a relative or whatever, and he bought a house specifically to live in with Veronica. So he confesses after all that, he confesses his love to Veronica after she's dating Mark, and she's like, "Okay, I guess I'm friends with you, but like, okay, I don't love you. What the fuck?" So he keeps like pushing and being flirtatious and pushing and pushing and pushing. She has like problems with alcohol, and he does as well, and they're hanging out a lot. And I don't really remember how it happened, but basically she just kept getting pressured, and she's like, "Okay, maybe I should date Mick instead of LSMark." So she starts dating him for a month, and during this month, like, he's like, "I want to marry you, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, and then Mark comes to her and he's like, "You're wasting your life with this guy." And then she's like, "You're right." And then breaks up with Mick because apparently that whole month was just hell, you know?
So she dated Oni, then kind of went out with Mick, and those two guys are friends, right?
Oh yeah, Oni and Mick are friends. Yeah.
Yeah, there's several bro code violations.
Or used to be friends. Obviously.
Yeah, I think they were like really good friends, and then there was this situation where Rice got really drunk at a convention while they were talking at the convention, like on stage, and started acting really crazy. And I think that was like the beginning.
Yeah, and apparently he did that like all the time. It wasn't just that moment. And he's like, "You're too drunk all the time. You're an alcoholic, and you're trying to like fuck my girlfriend, like whatever, like bye." So yeah, she gets back with Mark, and they eventually end up getting married. But yeah, like while apparently like Mark was staying in America, like with Veronica and like Mick and stuff while they were dating because of like travel stuff or whatever. I forget the exact circumstances, but Mick is like flexing that he's with Veronica in front of Mark and like doing this fucking weird childish simpy shit. Is just
something.
I don't know.
Like
I explain it better in the video. I swear it's funny. I swear it's super funny.
No. There's a lot of crazy shit. It's like something an 18-year-old would do. And he's like 41 years old, and he's like trying to he's trying to flex that he's in this relationship with Veronica right in front of LSMark. My criticism with LSMark is like, why do you think he'd stick around in that situation? Like, because he said he was like he was going to his recording booth and all this stuff. Like, why even be in that situation?
I think he had to, like, that was his only option, using Mick's recording booth to get his Family Guy video out on time. There's like a sponsor and stuff. So he needed to get that out on time. I think that was like the only place he could stay, because he flew out to America for Veronica to stay for a certain period of time, and then Veronica flips the switch on him, but he can't get back to Ireland until, you know, his ticket or what have you. I forget the exact details, but there was some reason to where he was like trapped in that scenario. He wasn't, you know, he didn't want necessarily to be there, but that was his only place to stay.
Right.
I assume.
Yeah. And he's just trapped.
Are men aware that the world consists of more than one woman? Like,
apparently Mick, I don't know. This Smokey girl was fucking simping for Mick, and he just ignored her and went for Veronica. It's like to the point where like when Veronica and Mick were dating, Stoney or whatever, Smokey got so upset that she cut herself and then showed it to Veronica, and she's like, "I'm stressed out." I don't know. It's just
yeah. She like showed like a bunch. She's like, "Don't get mad," and then she shows all these like cuts on her wrist.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Shit. Yeah,
Smokey, you didn't have to cut yourself. Most women, like traditional women, would have just written a song like Dolly Parton and Jolene. Like, Jesus.
Well, like my thing was Smokey, right? I've been following Smokey for a while, just randomly here, and I noticed they are in a lot of communities. Like, I remember seeing them hang out with like Chris Ray Gun and all those people. So I feel like they like to insert themselves into these communities, and I think they have this very romantic look at way of looking at content creators. And I guess she saw RicePirate as and she put him on a pedestal. And while she's putting him on a pedestal, he's turning around and he's putting Veronica on a pedestal. And it's just like everybody's getting drunk, everybody's drinking, and it's just this massive turmoil that turns into a very interesting drama in which Just Stop decides to make a video on. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the whole reason this got out was because Veronica called Daph Pina a cuck in a separate call, and Daph Pina heard about it and got mad, and then convinced Just Stop to make a video on Veronica based on a twit longer or a tweet thread that Smokey made because she was mad that Veronica was fucking Mick.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Bruh.
It's nutto.
Fucking stupid.
And I made a great video on it. 38 minutes. But the Newgrounds people, they came out and they're like, "This is pathetic. I hope you never touch a woman, Bowblax. Why would you make a 38-minute video on this?
Why not?
38 minutes for that. Like, this is based on reacting to a 1 hour and 40-minute video.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So I'm surprised it's not like an hour-long video or an hour.
Yeah, it's because I only focused on the Mick portion of it. There's so much other stuff in that video. Yeah. And I guess they're mad at the title because it's like hyperbolic. It's something along the lines of like RicePirate Mick simps for Oni's girlfriend, then gets cucked by LSMark. Which is technically true. Well,
that is what happened.
That's technically what happened. But I guess they're mad because it's super hyperbolic. They call it like clickbait. I hate this whole like argument, and these like these Newgrounds people have been saying this a lot. It's like they call my videos clickbait. But it's not clickbait, it's just good SEO. It's hyperbolic titles. Like, clickbait is if I lie.
The whole point of a title is to get people to click.
Yeah, clickbait is if I, like, lie. Like, I'm like, LSMark kills Veronica. That's clickbait. Just because the title's hyperbolic and good for SEO and people clicking on it doesn't mean it's clickbait. Just because something has a good title doesn't mean it's clickbait,
No, I agree
if it gives what it gives. And I guess another argument they brought up is like making videos is an art form, and I have no respect for commentary YouTubers because they profit off the suffering of others. And I think I replied something along the lines of like, why do you care more about that than the actual suffering that Mick inflicted on people? I don't know. It's just it's nutto. Apparently, the tweet that shit on me got like 600 or 6,000 likes.
Jesus.
I don't know. It's just a community of retards. I feel.
That's what it seems like to me when it comes to all the just shitting on you and not really like looking into the video or looking into the drama, not really having the information. They just seem to be mindless soldiers for RicePirate or whoever they like, and it doesn't matter what happens. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Oh, go ahead.
I had a Twitter thread with the guy who made it, and we were going back and forth with arguments. It was so funny because you could see him moving the goalpost in real time. Usually when people say that, it's like an exaggeration or you can kind of see it or whatever, but it's like so blatant. It got to the point where I responded to one of his things, and then he responded, "I don't give a shit about that." And then I'm like, then why did you ask as your initial point? Like, he's like, "I don't give a shit about that. I give a shit about this." And I'm like, why did you make that the initial point then?
Yeah, that's isn't that where the copy pasta came from? Wasn't there like a tweet?
Oh, there's a copy pasta. It turned into a copy pasta.
I think so. Yeah. Here it is. I have zero respect for commentary YouTubers. They use real people suffering for clicks and make money off this. Video making is an art form, and these commentators don't respect the value of that. That much is evident by how they chose to present their video. It is beyond nasty. That is Tapiwara.
Yeah, so all just because my video, you don't like my video, doesn't mean it's not technically art. Now, I would never just call it art because that seems like an over exaggeration, but like it's a video that I worked on that I think is really well made and puts the information in a concise way, and it's funny, and it's art. It's an art.
Yeah.
It's an art form. I made a video. So for him to not call it art, I feel like that's more disrespectful than me making something that he considers not artful enough. You know, art comes in many forms. There's like literally people can like splatter paint onto a canvas and put it into a museum, and it's art. Like what it.
Yeah. Not only that, it's a way to process information, right? So people look at that Veronica Jelly video, and it's an hour and 40 minutes, and they're like, I don't have time to watch all this. I don't know any of the information. I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know the context. I don't know what I'm jumping into. And so then you see a Bowblax video that's covering it. It's about 30 minutes, and I'm like, and people are just like, that's enough time to take in this information. I think I have enough time to take this in. I'll check this out. And it just, you hit the bullet points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's a way to process information. It's a good video. And these people like Tappy are just people that are biased, completely biased. And I guess they could make an argument that you might be biased given the fact that you're friends with LSMark, but I don't think you're one to like stick up for LSMark if he's in the wrong.
Oh, for sure.
People should stop being horny.
Yeah, literally, I've had this opinion, like, if people just, like, if everyone turned asexual, like, yeah, it'd just be over.
Yeah, yeah.
Or kept their horniness away from the internet.
Yeah,
don't
internet,
be horny
that's
in real
another-
life. Like, go be a
that's
whore
another thing.
in your city or whatever. You don't have to go fuck all of your friends.
So, I sent you the last tweet, Matt Pitt, and you can scroll
I'll
up.
scroll up.
So he made the tweet that got 6,000 likes, and I replied, the fact, he basically showed my video, the title and thumbnail, and said, "Dog, what is this? Respectfully, I hope you are never near a woman." Then I quote tweet and say, the fact that you guys are more mad at me relaying information about Mick being a piece of shit to Mark, Veronica, Chris, etc. than Mick himself is telling. This community loves doing/covering up horrible things and gets mad when it becomes public info. Tappy responds, "It's not about covering up, it's the fact you couldn't give a single fuck when talking about these people. It's all for views and money. You don't care about Game Grumps, Oni Plays, NG, etc. You capitalize on public scandals." So the fact that he mentioned Game Grumps there, obviously he's also mad at the Ding Dong video, which is another thing. Basically, Ding Dong is trying to say that I only made the video for money and views, which is
well, no, yeah, you were personally invested in that situation because you were a fan of Game Grumps for quite some time, so you felt the need to cover it, right?
Yeah, but also he said something publicly,
and
I wanted to cover it.
Yeah,
I also know from behind the scenes that, you know, this stuff has been going on. Someone finally talked about it publicly. I talked about it publicly. Not that.
Yeah.
You know, and I did it as respectfully as possible.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with what you did.
I even offered to turn off the monetization, or he said the video was clickbait. Again, that using the word clickbait wrong. So I asked him, like, what can I change about the thumbnail? What can I change about the title? Let's talk about it. But he never responded, and he just ended up villainizing me. And I guess Tappy bought into that. Anyways, I respond to him by saying, "Mark and Veronica are my friends. I care about the situation a lot, and even if I didn't, why are you mad at me for spreading awareness about Mick's toxic behavior? It could help someone avoid him in the future." Tappy responds, "You're fucking friends with these people? That makes the title so much worse. It's gross you would refer to anyone but Veronica in the title. That is fucking nasty, man. It's very iDubbbz's girlfriend. Also, if you wanted to spread word about Mick, you probably should have focused the title on him instead of using your friends for clicks." He's literally the first word in the title. RicePirate Mick. Also, the iDubbbz's girlfriend thing. I'm one of the very few people who put the word Anisa Jamha in my videos talking about iDubbbz's girlfriend. So I find that a little ironic.
Right.
But it's just, it's good for SEO. Like, I want to have Oni in the title, I want to have LSMark in the title, and I want to have RicePirate Mick in the title. That's the best way to get them all in the title. Veronica's name, I guess I could have put it in brackets later on, but it's just, she doesn't have as much relevance, so it's not as good for a title. But everybody, like, I say her name as the first word in the video as well. So it's not like I'm trying to hide that her name is Veronica and she's her own person. So I respond, lol, why are you upset on their behalf? Obviously they are okay with my video. I wouldn't have uploaded it if they weren't. He responds, I couldn't care less about that. It's really the principle of being a reporter/journalist. It's clear you just want clicks. Oni had almost no involvement in the situation, yet you use his name in the title. Actually, he did have some significant involvement in what I specifically talked about, but okay.
Right.
And in the video, you treat the situation almost like a joke at times, laughing and using words like cuck and simping. I don't know if I use the word cuck in the video itself, but I mean, the situation is a joke.
It's funny.
You know, I mean, it's serious in a sense, but it's past, right? The situation is a resolved situation.
Yeah.
And Mick was acting retarded, and I was laughing at Mick. I made that video specifically to laugh at RicePirate Mick. It was not about, like, helping a situation, because this situation isn't ongoing. It's done. It was just about laughing at RicePirate Mick. That was the main reason I made the video, and you could clearly tell if you watched it, or if he watched it, but he probably didn't. Speaking of the word cuck in the title, so continuing on with what he was saying, speaking of the word cuck in the title, it's just dead wrong. That did not happen. If you pay attention watching Veronica's video, there's never a point where Mark cucked Oni or Mick. Okay, so Mark didn't literally fuck Veronica in front of Mick or Oni with them watching. By the way, I never said Mark cucked Oni. I said he cucked Mick. It's more of like, I'm using the word in the sense that, like, Mick tried to get the girl, but then the girl got taken away by Mark. And I was thinking of saying in the title, like, he steals fucking Mick's girlfriend or whatever. But I felt like that would have been more dehumanizing, like stealing her like she's a piece of property. So I just said cuck, because I'm trying to make fun of Mick, not Veronica. Anyways, he continues on. If you claim to be a reporter, don't straight up lie in the title. Did I ever claim to be a reporter?
I don't think any of them. Like, I think he's got a very big misconception on commentary.
It's like crazy, the mental gymnastics of these tweets, because it's like, RicePirate Mick was cringe and did something bad. I'm laughing at RicePirate Mick, and now the conversation is around my integrity as a reporter. I'm laughing at a retard on the internet. I don't know.
Where did you get your journalism degree?
So he continues, honestly, if you titled the video something like Twitter versus RicePirate or Beware of RicePirate Mick, I wouldn't have even tweeted about it. You're just a bad reporter and video maker. Twitter, okay. Beware of RicePirate Mick. I feel like that would be... I'm laughing at him. I'm not warning people of his treachery. I don't know. I guess, like, indirectly I would be, but... Beware of RicePirate Mick. That's cringe, dude. That's cringe. Like, beware of this guy on the internet. I'm laughing at him. What do you mean? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I respond, and I quote him from his previous tweet. He said, I said, quote, I couldn't care less about that. Then why bring it up as your initial point? You're just creating new arguments now to justify how you feel about me. You call me a bad video maker, but the only valid issue you can bring up is that I used cuck hyperbolically. The fact that you made a tweet shitting on me for using cuck in a video title before shitting on Mick for his actions towards Mark, Chris, and Veronica is telling. It seems like you are going easy on Mick just because he's from Newgrounds. He responds, nah, fuck that, dude. I love Newgrounds, but I am human. At the end of the day, if a Newgrounder is a piece of shit, I won't go to bat for them. That being said, you were also an ass. You've shown in the past you do not care about subjects you cover, and this feels no different. So, I guess his way of disavowing Mick is to not go to bat for him and not say anything. but
Yeah.
then attack me for talking about it. That
Right.
okay? I get.
Yeah, because his whole thing was like, oh, you're treating all these people like objects, but you're not. You're just making fun of Mick, who is a 41-year-old man child who seems to be lost and in love with with Veronica, and then you got the Smokey girl who's ignoring. Like, it's just a complete disaster, and it's funny to talk about and it's funny to interact with, and you would have never made a video about it if Just Stop never made his video. So like,
yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like, I feel like the people mad at that video are just carrying over from being mad at the Ding Dong video. Honestly, like, I don't know. That's the only logical explanation I have. Or the retarded. I mean, they are retarded. It's
Yeah.
just, it's crazy. This is the most amount of hate. Like, not from this video in particular. It's more just the Ding Dong stuff. But this whole like group of like Newgrounds people getting really mad at me covering, all the horrible things they do or behind the scenes or their associates do behind the scenes. I've gotten more hate from that than I probably have since the Pokemon situation in 2019 or no
Really?
2018.
Holy shit, that's big.
Yeah.
That's
So it's like, yeah, I've actually had to change the comments on the Ding Dong video to held for review because every single new comment is like, I'm a piece of shit, I'm worse than Game Grumps, et cetera, et cetera. And by the way, the allegations against Game Grumps is that people within the company were doxing people, being extremely homophobic and laughing at suicide, like crazy shit. So, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's a complete mess all around. But that's what you do, is you cover the mess.
This is the drama. It's gonna get messy. I don't necessarily mind. I just think it's surprising that it's like this of all things. Like, out of all the things I've said and done on the internet, me not taking down a video because the guy who publicly talked about the information had cold feet and didn't want it rebroadcasted, and then I said, "Hey, I have my own reasons for having this up, and I'm gonna either work it out with you to have it up in a way that you feel is more respectable, or I don't know." He just got mad.
Right.
And then he made a final stream, right? So Ding Dong made a final stream, and he's like, I'm leaving because of this Bowblax video and all this shit. And then in this final stream, he repeats everything I already say in the video. So it's like, he wants the information private, but now it's public for everybody to see via himself again for a second time. And I still have people on the comments being like, this video, look at his final stream, he wants this taken down, take this video down, whatever. What's the point in taking the video down if he already says the exact same information that I said in the video? And I show clips of him talking in the video. The video is more just me relaying information. I don't even give really that much of an opinion. It's mostly just me showing Ding Dong. So Ding Dong is mad that I posted his voice on my channel. I amplified his voice, and he's mad.
Yeah. So, like, all that aside, people like the Ding Dong fans and the Ding Dong fans. Okay, the Ding Dong fans, and then the RicePirate fans and the Newgrounds fans. They've kind of perceived you as this manipulative content creator who's just like searching for the drama and will manipulate it to your narrative and try and change it and twist it. In reality, though, there is someone like that. It's not you. In my personal opinion, that's Daph Pina. Daph Pina's doing stuff like that. Daph Pina's twisting the narrative. Daph Pina's going behind the scenes and like trying to puppet people. Like, and
he's so desperately in his videos and content, like trying to show that he's not that guy. Which, like, if I were like Daph Pina and was like sneaky and trying to like put up this like good reputation that I care about all victims or whatever, which I do to an extent, obviously. I wouldn't make these hyperbolic titles. I'd try to like keep it my nefarious tendencies as hidden as possible, like Daph Pina.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Have you ever had any interaction with Daph Pina?
No, but a couple of years ago, I think doxed someone publicly on Twitter, and it was like around the VidCon time, like the fake 2021 October VidCon type meet
it was
that we
around then.
did. That wasn't actually VidCon, but we just met up in LA, and everybody was talking shit about Daph Pina. Everybody, like, it is like the most popular topic. Daph Pina's weird. Fuck Daph Pina, etc. The next year it was John Swan. I'm excited to see what the 2023 one's gonna be. But yeah, like literally everyone of their own volition, like people that are like, you wouldn't expect to be like, who aren't very dramatic publicly but are in the drama community, even people like that are just like editors and stuff like that are just like, yeah, fuck Daph Pina. So no one's liked Daph Pina for years. And I'm surprised he even has friends in the community. I guess he can only become friends with like kids, like just stop.
Yeah.
Who was a kid when he met him. Obviously not a kid now. He's 18, but
Right.
yeah, I guess he had to find new friends, and some kids on Discord were who he found.
Yeah. Is it safe to say that Daph Pina groomed Just Stop into making a video on Veronica Jelly?
Ooh.
I don't know. I think that's taking away too much responsibility from Just Stop. I mean, obviously Daph Pina wasn't good in the scenario, and he definitely pressured Just Stop to do a bunch of bad decisions. But Just Stop, at the end of the day, did do those decisions of his own free will. Like, Daph Pina didn't force him to. So, I don't really think... People keep saying, oh, pretty much majority of the responsibility is on Daph now instead of Just Stop, which I disagree. I think Just Stop's still fully responsible, 100%.
Yeah, Just Stop was staring at a timeline in Adobe Premiere for days, and at no point thought, "Hey, this is a bad idea. I shouldn't hit export on this."
Not even say like, "Look, dude, you want to make this video, Daph? You make the fucking video. Why do I gotta make the video?" Like I get we're boys and all, but how about you set up Adobe and you make that fucking video, weirdo? Yeah, so yeah, I think Just Stop is definitely has a lot of responsibility in that situation. Do you know if Just Stop and LSMark and Veronica? I know they've talked before, but are they? What's going on? Does Veronica and LSMark forgive Just Stop or?
Veronica in her video said she has like a certain level of respect for Just Stop for like kind of realizing what was bad about the scenario and like backtracking and all that. So I imagine they kind of like forgive him, but they're not like friendly with him,
Right.
That type of vibe. That's the type of vibe I get.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know if Just Stop would have took the video down if he never went on Doc on the Radio's podcast, though, because he was getting a lot of praise on that side from his fan base.
Yeah, I believe I was the first person to say something negative about it.
Yeah, so it's just crazy how the narratives can be like twisted like that, and I think Veronica deserved criticism, but not publicly. Cheating on someone is not. It's not something you should be exposing people for unless they're doing it over and over and over, or they're like doing other things that are
or like the person who got cheated on exposes it, not some random third party, right?
Yeah, that's the responsibility. That's up to LSMark if he wants to make that video or not. That's not up to Just Stop or Daph.
And
hey, Matt, does that mean that the Now Recording boys have like a one get out of jail card to cheat? Like, we can cheat once and we won't get fired on Now Recording. Is that what you're saying?
I feel like you can cheat as many as you can, Mitch. I don't care.
Wow, I got the pass. Yes.
Yeah, this is an open
relationship. Get that pussy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the whole narrative around Just Stop's video, like when it first came out, everybody loved it, and then once he went on to the interview with Doc on the Radio, and I started speaking up, and a bunch of other people did. Obviously, he took it down, and the whole narrative now is that that video was horrible. But nobody was saying it was horrible when it first came out. But now all the viewers who said I liked it at first are now saying, yeah, now I can kind of see how it's bad. So at the end of the day, what that means is that viewers are just brain dead. They just listen to whatever a creator says that other creators corroborate,
Yeah.
So, like, if I said my opinion on the Just Stop video and no other creators agreed with me and that interview never happened, you know, I would probably be shit on.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody would say the video is great and that I'm stupid. But because everybody agreed with me, the creators, now the viewers follow suit. And it's very much the same thing that's happening with the ding dong stuff and the fucking video that I put out. It's that a creator that they like says they don't like something, and then all the viewers follow suit. They're brain dead.
Yeah.
They're brain dead drones.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the thing about that video is I kind of feel bad for that Dubus Glubus guy, because that story, that part of the video was only the only thing that had legs in that video was the Sunny TM versus Dubus Glubus, and how like Sunny like manipulated that guy into paying $100 to a charity. I feel like that's the only part of that video that really had legs. And if Just Stop or Daph Pina would have manufactured that video around that story instead of trying to attach it to Veronica and LSMark and all that, I think it would have been a good video. But instead, the video gets taken down. Dubus Glubus doesn't have his moment to shine where people are defending him. It's all gone now. Sunny gets away scot-free, you know. It's just, it blows up in everybody's face. It hurts everybody.
Yeah, I mean, maybe how could this be fixed? I guess Dubus Glubus could make a video on Sony. That would be the only thing. Because, like, if Daph Pina makes it, no one will give a fuck.
Yeah.
And Just Stop's not doing that shit. So, like, who's really left? It's really just Dubus if he wants to.
Yeah.
All these people have stupid fucking names. Dubus, Glubus, and Ding Dong.
Yeah, they're retarded.
Yeah, these names should just stop. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
But did they make them up in their first year of like junior high school and then like didn't move on from that?
It's kind of like SoundCloud rappers where you get a feeling that, wait, you're using your Xbox gamer tag, aren't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
SoundCloud
Yeah.
6ix9ine and XXX Tentacion, you know? I'm like thinking, yeah, that's an Xbox gamer tag for sure. But yeah, no, when it comes to all of this and Daph Pina, does Daph Pina just stay quiet in the situation, just let it go away, and then he can come back? Is that the Daph Pina strategy, do you think?
I suppose. I mean, that's what he did with the doxing thing. That's what he did with the, Jaden Animations thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he's still going strong, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, just continue making videos. I mean, here's the thing, like, people already hated Daph Pina before all this, so I don't really think it changes that much. I just think it's a reminder that he hasn't changed. That's about it.
I didn't even know I didn't know anything about the guy. I just knew I hated him because of his voice in his videos. When he was on the Mama Max video, holy shit, that dude's voice is annoying.
In 2019, Daph Pina was a shit. Everyone was saying his content's great. Even Augie was saying his content's great. 2019, early 2019. And I've always said, the way he talks in his videos is annoying and I don't like it. Nothing against the guy, but I don't like it. And everybody disagreed with me. They're like, no, it's cool, it's badass, it's artistic, blah, blah, blah. And now everyone's saying his voice is annoying and they hate it. What?
I don't know if I'd call it artistic. Maybe autistic. But, yeah. No, like that. This guy just comes off like a piece of shit. And I'm glad he's been exposed. And now he has to hide in the shadows and wait for his moment to come back. I
guess. No, he did upload a video since like all the controversy. It just got like no views.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? I don't know if he's afraid of the controversy, because if he were to upload a video defending himself, it would probably get views, right? Like if you're thinking about it, content brained, you know?
Yeah, if you're trying to get money. But the thing about content is that it's better to have good reputation than to just make a bunch of money, because with a good reputation, you can continuously make money off of that. If you're in controversy and you just make a bunch of money on one video and then nobody cares after that, it's like, how's that sustainable, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe he just wants to skip out on that just so he can make more money in the future with the regular videos.
Yeah. Something I was surprised about was Veronica Jelly's video. I didn't think, I thought like Veronica and LSMark were kind of just going to stay quiet on the situation, just let it go after Just Stop took the video down. Were you surprised that Veronica dropped the video?
I didn't expect it. No, I
Yeah.
really didn't expect it. I don't know. I mean, once I watched the video, it made sense why she dropped it. I wasn't like, oh my god, I didn't think like it wasn't like I didn't think she would ever drop a video like that. I just thought it probably wouldn't happen. It just wasn't even on my like mind.
Yeah.
And then she sent it to me, and I'm like, okay. And I watched it, and then I think I watched it while playing Sonic. Then right after I finished watching it, I immediately went to work on the video and like spammed like 6 hours to get that video out. Like I got the video out, I think like 10 hours after Veronica got her video out because she sent it to me and it was uploaded. I watched it on normal speed of my own volition, so that took like about 2 hours. And then I worked on the video and it went up, I guess 8 hours. I worked on it for 8 hours and I got it up. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the story's really funny, and I don't know why anyone else hasn't covered it. I mean, obviously we're covering it here now, but like the story's fucking hilarious, dude. That's like one of my favorite videos I've ever made.
No, yeah,
I popping off.
I agree because like a lot of the stories in our communities have kind of died down, so we kind of have to branch out and find other stories like this. And there's like a gold mine in that community with all the drama that comes from them. So why not cover that stuff? It's really interesting, and I feel like Veronica did a really good job in her video. I mean, it's very long, but she went really in depth, and her story was insane.
Yeah, she went in depth. She showed all the proof, and she also took accountability for her wrongdoings. And she took accountability for her wrongdoings before even saying anything bad about Mick or any of the other people in the video. So it's not like she says all the bad things and then she's like, "Oh, but I did bad things too, lol." Like it's like the opposite of poisoning the well. Like she poisoned the well for herself.
Yeah.
Which I think is like respectable. Now obviously the stuff she did during that time, I'm not gonna defend it, and she wouldn't defend it either. You know, I have no. She's saying it's like part of the reason why is because she's like alcoholic and substance abuse and stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't really know any alcoholics, so I can't tell like how much responsibility is like taken away from the alcoholism. I imagine she still is responsible for a lot of it. So, but you know,
bro, shit happens. At the end of the day, shit happens when it comes to stuff like that. Like people, you'd be surprised how many people have cheated on their partners or got affected by alcohol or drugs, and they're not bad people. You know, they're not horrible, disgusting monsters. They just made mistakes in their life. And if she continues to go the right way and move on and be with LSMark and have this wonderful life, more power to her, in my opinion. I just think maybe stay away from those animating weirdos, you know, like
exactly.
Newgrounds.
And like, there's been a lot of people in comments just saying stuff like, you know, I don't know why Mark's going back with Veronica. Clearly, she's an issue as well. I don't trust her to get better. Blah 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 blah. And you know what? I think those criticisms are valid. Although I, in real life, have seen like the dynamic between Veronica and Mark, and obviously I don't know I know their relationship better than like I guess the average viewer, but I don't know it as like a close friend or anything like that. I've only seen them like a couple times, but you know, I think they're good for each other. But you know, I could be wrong. But,
do you
I
think
don't know, they seem like great, nice people in my
opinion.
opinion.
No, I agree. Do you think that Smokey will make a video or something defending herself, or do you think she's just gonna drift away as well?
I don't know. Like, how could she really even defend herself? If she makes a response video, it's probably going to be schizo.
Yeah. Okay. And I've been hearing rumblings that apparently RicePirate was going to do some sort of response. He did
he did say on Twitter he's going to do a quick response to just end it all. I'm interested in that. You know, mainly with RicePirate Mick, I don't hate him. I don't think he's just, you know, the worst person in the world or anything like that. I'm not fond of the guy based on what I heard about him. I just think he's a bit of like a man baby, and I like laughing at him, really. That's basically it. But like, if he comes out with a video and there's proof in it that makes him look better than Veronica painted, or maybe like completely debunks some stuff Veronica said or whatever, like I'm not gonna be like fuck you, RicePirate Mick. I already decided you're evil. Like, I'm willing to, like, look at his side. As for Smokey, I just think she's too schizo. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever she says, I'm just probably gonna disregard it because it's just so. She just seems so unhinged. But with Mick, I'm willing to give him a chance.
I wonder if RicePirate is actually kind of angry at Smokey, given the fact that Smokey went to Just Stop. Smokey dropped the Twitter thread. Like all this is kind of going down because all this information being put out on Just Stop's video is kind of from Smokey herself. So in a way, Smokey going to these people turned it around against RicePirate, because now Veronica has replied, and now his whole life, or his like romantic strategies and all this stuff has been exposed,
Yeah, Smokey is 100% the catalyst to all of this. If Smokey didn't exist, I don't know if this ever would have happened. Maybe Daph Pina would have been able to pull something out of his ass if he's really that mad about being called a cuck. I don't know. But definitely Daph Pina and Smokey are the two instigators, more so Smokey. So if Smokey didn't exist, I don't even know if the story would exist ever.
Yeah.
Publicly.
Last thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to RicePirate is there was a part in Veronica's video where RicePirate comes home drunk and starts bragging because he just got home from, what's that Cartoon Network show? That
Smiling Friends.
Smiling Friends, yeah. So he just came home and he says he just made a power move because he approached, I think his name's Chris O'Neill. Is it Chris O'Neill?
He approached Chris at the Smiling Friends party, launch party, because he was a voice in Smiling Friends and so was Oni. So they were both there. And obviously they don't like each other because for the stuff we've already discussed. So he apparently drunkenly goes up to Mick drunkenly goes up to Oni, shakes his hand and runs off, and then brags about that being a power move to like people later.
Yeah, brags about it being a power move, and then you find out later, after Veronica talks to people that were there that witnessed it, that it was just like a drunken, clumsy situation where he just walked up to Chris and like stuck his hand out, and then Chris was like, "Wait, what?" and then just walks away.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so funny because there's audio of like Mick admitting that it's a power move. He's like, "I don't know if you understand, but that was really a power move, trying to go into the lion's den and approach Chris, try to show him who's boss." It's just so fucking funny. And I think that clip was the main catalyst to me wanting to make the video laughing at him, because that shit was just like, I posted a clip of it on Twitter, but like if you listen to it, it's just like, holy shit, this guy's so pathetic.
Yeah, no, this is the ego of a guy who draws like gay animations and makes retard voices for a living. And he's talking like, I just made a power move, guy.
And he's
like,
42.
Yeah. He's talking like he's in...
It's literally what we joke about doing at VidCon. We're joking like, oh, what if we see Ethan Klein in LA and we walk up to him and say hello and do a power move? Like we joke about that, but no one actually does it.
Yeah, exactly. It would be like Augie if Augie walked up to Death Noodles and like stuck his hand out or something, and he's like, and then he turns around to you and he's like, I just made a power move. They'll never see this coming. Watch this, Bowblax. Something like that. But yeah.
Holy shit! It's amazing. At the Smiling Friends fucking launch party, dude. Instead of celebrating this fucking animation that your friend, or this show that finally got launched after years and years of trying from your like decade-long friend, you're just like trying to getting drunk and making power moves on Chris O'Neill. Just like, I don't know. It's just so nutty.
Well,
and that's that's an important fucking party. That's like, I don't know, maybe this is a false equivalence, but that's like going up to someone at like a wedding reception and making like a fucking power move. Like,
exactly. It's like the biggest moment of this guy's life, right? And then he's just like, twisted into about making it about himself, basically. But yeah, I mean, RicePirate's a drunk, and drunks do dumb shit in public. So wish him the best of luck,
I think they should have invited Shockmouths to the Smiling Friends party.
They already had the token Australian there because he was the guy that created it all.
Oh,
Michael Cusack.
yeah, Michael Cusack.
There's always an Australian involved.
Oh, my God.
Always. And any weird shit, there's always an Australian.
Yeah,
Bro, like
now that Rick and Morty had Justin Roiland, be a domestic abuser and potential pedo, like, Smiling Friends is my next favorite adult show, so, like, hopefully Michael or Zach don't fucking beat people up!
Yeah, don't.
Or else I'm gonna have to find another one.
Oh, man. But don't worry, Vito will defend you.
I was
True.
a torn
There's
mind
always
when you were
Vito.
ripping into RicePirate saying, he makes retarded voices and animations for a living and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's the fucking dream, though.
That is the dream, making money off that
right?
shit.
So why you gotta have an ego about it? Go be happy. You know what I mean? Go be fucking happy that you make retard voices for a living. Don't get this fucking ego where... Don't do this fucking ego where, like, oh, I get a power move. Fucking just be happy, bro. You're living the American dream. You get to fucking make...
He can't, though, because the chick he wants to marry is already married to someone half his age with a weird accent.
Well, fucking, you win some, you lose some. Move on. There's another redhead that in the same house you live in that wants to fuck you. Go fuck her. I don't...
Isn't that so funny? Like, this guy was simping for Veronica longer than Veronica even knew Mark existed.
Yeah.
And Mark ended up getting her over him. Like, there actually was a competition because she was with Mark and then went back to Mick, or went to Mick to try him out because he was so persistent, and then went back to Mark and decided it's not for her. So he, like, completely, like, got outmanned, outrizzed by someone, like, 2 decades younger than him.
Yeah, 2 decades younger, 100 pounds, just a kind of like a pale-looking Irish kid. And fucking
dude, Mark is fucking smooth, dude. Mark is smooth, and Mick, well, he might know how to make it go down smoothly, like the whiskey go down smoothly, but that's
that's about it.
He can do smoothly.
Oh man, Bowblax, you got anything else you wanted to talk about before we end it?
No, but I do feel like we just rambled on about shit without giving like I feel like if people don't watch my videos, like, we just sound so terminally online talking about this shit.
I don't know if you've listened to many episodes of Now Recording, Bowblax. That's exactly what our show is. So
yeah, just like you're not getting the full context here. Watch all the other shit, and then come to this for the extra spurg flavor on top, the little spice on top. Yeah, because I could just imagine like some people listening to this to like hear what I have to say about like all these like Newgrounds people, and they're like, this guy kind of sounds schizo, kind of full of himself. Like, all these people suck. It's so obvious, blah, blah, blah. But no, watch the videos. I'm perfect. Yeah. I'm the best.
Yeah, if you're listening to this right now, you're a little confused. Go watch Bowblax's video on the drama. If you want a more in-depth experience, go watch Veronica Jelly's video on the topic, and you'll pretty much get all the context you really need about the situation.
And then when you're done watching those, come back and rewatch this one again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. On another account. Yeah. No. But anyways, I just want to thank you, Bowblax, for joining us. This was a lot of fun, and
it was.
I want to make sure you. I just wanted to say, Mitch, that I'm glad you're here, even though you didn't talk that much. But thank you, sir, for being here, for witnessing this.
I didn't have to be here, and you didn't have to show me the poo.
I appreciate your input on the poo. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there. We're almost there. And always remember, Now Recording is always recording. Have a good one, guys.
Nice. Who the fuck's that motherfucker, huh?
I am Burglar!